If you're planning a trip to Japan and you have a little bit of time in Tokyo, then you absolutely must do this one thing. Obviously, coming to Tokyo, there is no shortage of things to do. You've got things like team labs, you've got all the food, you've got temples, and of course you've got shopping. But this is one of those things that is absolutely nothing to do with any of them, and I think it'll leave you with a lasting impression if you were to do this. Over the course of winter, I went to Japan and hit up many cities like Kyoto, Osaka, Hakuba for snowboarding, Nagano for the snow monkeys, and of course Tokyo. Primarily I was there to take photographs, eat all the food, and to snowboard. But the group that I was traveling with asked me if I might like to do a couple of activities in Tokyo. And one of those activities was go karting through the streets of Tokyo, which, having read some reviews and watched some reels saying that it was overrated and the Japanese locals absolutely hated tourists doing it, I wasn't so keen on doing it. But thankfully, instead of listening to all the negativity, I gave it a shot. We went as a group and had a phenomenal time. So in terms of activities, this was the number one thing that I did while I was in Tokyo, and I think you should do it too. So after all the negative reviews and reels that I'd seen, I decided to look into it absolutely no further than needed to. The group booking was taken care of, so it would just turn up on the day, and I'm glad I did that because I had absolutely no idea what it was going to be like. And on the day when we were making our way to the go-kart location, my head was spinning with like, how are we going to work it? Is it going to be like full body armor? Are we going to have helmets? Is there going to be like a speed limiter? Is there a track? Like, is there a dedicated area in Tokyo? Yes, I was naive enough to think that they were going to cordon off a little space for these go-karts to make tourism money. But it was none of those things and everything more. For one, you literally just climb in as you are, or you can rent a costume. They used to do Nintendo ones, but Nintendo actually threatened some legal action because of the kart connection to the Mario outfits, that it was maybe infringing some intellectual property. So they no longer offer those outfits, but you are allowed to bring them yourself. Yeah, I was lucky enough to get my favorite Pokemon, Charizard, as an outfit, so already before I'd even climbed into the car, I was absolutely stoked. And yeah, no need for a helmet or any safety gear. Just if you were having belongings, they had to be in a little pouch in the front of the car or securely stored on your person. The staff there were super friendly and excited and got us like hyped up even more than we were so already. We got a rather extensive safety briefing just to make sure that we knew how to start, how to stop, where the handbrake was, and various hand signals that they would show us throughout the duration of our go-karting trip. All very straightforward, but really hammered into just because of that language barrier, I think. Then after we were kitted out in our outfits and run through the safety briefing, we were able to hop into our carts and put that safety briefing in practice, make sure we could start and stop and find everything on the carts before we set off. Knowing that we were going to do this go-karting and that taking my professional camera on it would be pretty much impossible, I brought an Insta360 with a chest harness, and this was the only thing I used the chest harness for, but it was definitely worthwhile bringing. So I managed to get some key moments and exciting bits from the go-karting itself. This is effectively like a highlights reel, so sit back, relax, and enjoy go-karting in Tokyo.
I can see you in my little screen. Oi.
Hey.
Oi.
Hey.
Oi.
Closer.
Oh, so good.
Dude. No, no.
This is well good.
Fucking amazing getting around Tokyo like
Oh,
this,
mate. I'm glad we made it. Yo! Fucking winging it here.
Still, mate.
Huh?
We're still. I can't believe we're driving around Tokyo in cars right now.
It's pretty sick, right in amongst traffic too, huh?
Fucking crazy.
Oh, there we go. There's the view. Man, I feel like royalty, everybody waving.
Fuck no, hey.
Right?
It's like being in a fishbowl.
Look, give me a hand here, and then up here. Oh, and you're in the middle. was fun.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Thanks for organising that. That was fucking sick.
That was awesome.
Thank you for organising it. That was fucking dope. Cool job, eh?
Yes. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Wow, what an adrenaline rush, honestly. Like the fact that you're in a tiny little go-kart in amongst all this traffic around you on the streets of Tokyo, which, let's be real, they're busy. And I don't know the road layout, so we're following our guide, so props to our guide for being absolutely phenomenal at safely getting us through in a really, really fun way. We cut loose, we hit 60 odd kilometers an hour, which was crazy. I thought we'd have been limited to maybe like 20 or 30. Being that we were on the road with actual traffic, real on that day traffic, it makes sense. So if you do have an afternoon or an evening free while you're in Tokyo, I would thoroughly recommend that you go and experience the Go Karting through the streets of Tokyo. Whether you do the same one as us, which is during the day, or if you do the Shibuya crossing, which is the go karts across the busiest crossing in Japan at the busiest time, nighttime, which some friends from our group actually did. They had such a good time with the daytime one that they wanted to try the nighttime, and they said that that was even better. And I'll leave you with that. If you want to see some more of the things that I got up to while I was in Japan, you can always follow me on Instagram right here. And if this video was helpful in giving you something to do in Tokyo that you hadn't thought of, I sure would appreciate you subscribing. I'm going to be covering a lot more photography, video and travel events in this channel, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. And if you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you should watch this one next. See you later.